Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Sigmoff, back again with another video here for a completely full of spoilers, as jam-packed full of spoilers as I can get it, video. So I'm going to be reviewing Batman Arkham Knight, the final piece of the pie for the trilogy of the Batman Arkham video game series made by Rocksteady Games. If you've not played this game in its entirety, I highly recommend that you click away because it is a very good game, and I recommend that you watch it or play it, if nothing else. Definitely, I guess you could watch it on YouTube through a Let's Play or what have you if you can't afford it or whatever. Here's what I'll say about the game right away before I send the wrong impressions, and I will warn you, most of this video will be negative comments about the game, which is why I'm about to make this comment. I enjoyed this game. I think this is a very good game. In my non-spoiler review of the game, which I plan to do after this one, I'll go into more depth about what I really liked about it. But in this video, I want to talk about spoiler theories, and many of those spoiler theories are about things that I don't like about the game. So, without further ado, let's get ready to do it. So Batman Arkham Knight, I went into this game with extremely high expectations, which is something very dangerous to do. For example, that's something a lot of people did to Star Wars Episode 1, you know, after the prequels and everything like that. You go into the new one with the new CGI, and, I mean, how could it be bad? The Phantom Menace, and it's terrible, right? So, it's like that, except this game's not terrible. The Phantom Menace was. So, in many ways, it was a relief to see that the game was good. I will say, though, I think that I did possibly expect the story to be a little bit more, what's the word? Just have a little more flair to it. One thing I will say I absolutely despise about this game, that I'm absolutely, I can't stand it, to be honest with you, is that the story doesn't end when the game ends. What do I mean by that? Well, after, again, spoilers. Okay, here we go into the spoilers. After you beat Scarecrow, and you capture Scarecrow, and you take him back to the prison, back to the GCPD, the game should basically end. It should go to the final cutscene, and the final cutscene is where Batman blows up the Wayne Man. And you may have not seen this. If you played the game and just beat the Scarecrow, and then they hit you with, oh, capture 6 more guys, and then we'll show you the ending. Oh, and then once you're done with that, capture 7 more guys, and then we'll show you the ending. There's 2 additional segments. They're about 2-3 minutes long after, and I will link them down below if I can find them. Because I have not gotten there. I haven't seen the ending on my game. And the reason I haven't is because I don't want to play some of these side missions. Do I really... Okay, let's be honest here for a second. Do you really want to go around Arkham City finding all the Riddler trophies? Do you really? No, I'm sorry, you don't. If you're saying you do, then you lied. I guarantee that you have not found every single Riddler trophy. Do you understand how ridiculous that is on a map this size? I mean, that is absurd. I mean, you'd have to go back into the stag balloon ship thing, like both of them, and look all the way through every nook and cranny, find all these puzzles. I mean, come on, people. You guys aren't going to do that, neither am I. So, I will say, I'm disappointed that I can't see the ending of the game besides on YouTube. I will never see the ending of this game because I will never find all the Riddler trophies. Never. I promise you, I will never find all the Riddler trophies. So, the ending feels incomplete. Not only that, but even after I watched the ending still feels incomplete. Because, so after I save Barbara Gordon, she's fallen down from the tower, whatever, I save her, bring her back to GCPD. Then I go out and find Robin and Gordon at the asylum, save them. I never talk to Barbara Gordon again. I mean, you can go back to the GCPD and talk to her, and then she'll give you like this one-line bullshit, like, thanks for saving my dad, Bruce. And then that's it. So, the story feels incomplete. There's no, I mean, in my personal opinion, Oracle was like the main character that you feel connected with in the game. That's my personal opinion. And she's your main ally in the game. And you feel the most remorse when she dies, more so than any other character. So I think that they needed to elaborate more on Batman's allies and his friendships. Now, when Scarecrow gets taken out by the Arkham Knight, which was the easiest prediction oh my god, I saw it coming from a mile away. In fact, watch this clip. This is of me before the final cutscene in Arkham Asylum, me playing the game, live commentating, and you'll see what I say.
Alright, I can already tell you right fucking now. Here we are. I'm in my bus just crashed. If you all played Arkham City, or Arkham Knight all the way through, I'm telling you right now at the end of the game, I haven't gotten there yet, I swear to God, I haven't seen it. I don't know. But I swear to God, frickin' my Arkham Knight is gonna save me. I swear to God, I know it. It's so predictable. I already know Arkham Knight is going to save me when I go to Scarecrow. I know it. I'm telling you right now.
I think the reaction from many of you is exactly the same. What a predictable sequence of events. And that's why it received a 7 out of 10 on GameSpot, because the ending was incredibly predictable. Now, the developers at Rocksteady lied twice. They lied twice. Here's one of their lies. The first lie is that they said the Arkham Knight is a completely original character. Well, that's obviously not true. He's Red Hood, who they're also selling as DLC or a pre-order bonus, whatever it is. So that's an issue. That's an issue because they said it was a completely original character. Now they did that because about a year and a half ago it got leaked that the second Robin was the Arkham Knight. So they covered their tracks and said it's a completely original character. It's completely original. Completely original. Those are the words that the director used. The creator of the game. Whatever. Obviously not true. Complete lie. So, I mean, I guess you could look at it till way in that it's a completely original character, but it's really not. It's really a character from the early 1980s, 1984, I think, and reimagined in a new suit. And so, I think that's an issue. They did outright lie, and they did it just to build up this persona of like, oh, who's Arkham Knight? Who is he? He's a completely original character. Remember, he's completely original. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And it's an old comic book character. That's the second Robin that we've had for a while. So that's an issue. That is a serious issue. But I still obtained that the biggest issue is that I don't see the ending. They want me to go. It doesn't feel right. We've captured Scarecrow. The main story is over. The main plot is done, and I'm going around and I'm knocking down like little towers and little side missions just to see the ending of the game, and I'm shooting little mini tanks. I mean, where'd the Arkham Knight go? There's no the story has no finality to it. It's ugly. The ending is ugly. It really is ugly. There's no parting words with Batman and Catwoman. Oh, I guess not. Oracle, Barbara Gordon. There's no parting words, and of course, if you've seen the very end, the Batman blows up the Wayne mansion to fake his death, and they never talk. Did they never talk again? I mean, she's like the main ally of you in the story. The ending is messy. The ending is very problematic. Now, there's a lot of great scenes in this video game. I thought the early acts of the game were very strong, but I still obtain that that another one of the biggest issues, besides a very sloppy, unwoven ending, is there's so much. The amount of plot in this game is basically the same as the other three. I still attest the amount of cutscenes and the amount of like meat. The main plot in the game is the same length, maybe slightly longer than previous games. However, this game's like 4 hours longer than any previous Batman game, and that 4 extra hours is spent doing puzzles with your Batmobile, taking down 20 guys in little covert operations, and all that stuff is great. But you know, after a while, these puzzles with the Batmobile, they do get exhausting. They really, really do. And I felt like I had to work a little too hard to get to the meat of the plot. You know, think about Arkham Asylum. Everywhere that you're moving, you know why you're going there and what you're going to do when you get there. And the reason that you're going there is important. you're either going to, go to Poison Ivy, the Botanical Gardens to check out Poison Ivy. You're going to, underground because crocodiles there. Whatever, right? In this game, I found myself doing things that I couldn't remember why I was there. I was like, why am I in this massive stag air balloon again? Oh yeah, to find this thing. What is this useful for? But then I realized that, and then, I'm going through waves and waves of puzzles, pointless puzzles, shifting little, blocks around on the ground. And I felt like I was doing this for nothing. And I did remember, like, okay, I'm doing this for a reason, but it feels so insignificant to the amount of work I have to do to get there. Again, I'm working too hard to get to the meat and the potatoes of the plot. I'm working too hard. And I'm not always moving to locations with a purpose, with an important purpose. The reason that I'm moving to point A to point B isn't significant enough for me to travel, 2,000 kilometers across the map or whatever. Not 2,000 kilometers, 2,000 meters, whatever. So I do think that there's an issue with that. I do think there's an issue, and I feel like, there's a lot of really important guys sitting at a round table thinking, okay, this game's got to be longer. It's the climax of our series. It's the very end. It's the last, our last chance to prove what we've learned with the Batman games. So it's going to be longer than all the other ones, obviously. I mean, City was longer than Asylum, so this is going to be longer than City. But I feel like, again, the plot itself and the main plot isn't really much longer, if longer at all. So that extra time is spent, I probably spent 30, 45 minutes deactivating those little anti-air missiles or whatever, so the Batwing could come in and survey the area for his toxin. Again, it's just like, I want to meet Scarecrow here, right? And I felt like it was just not enough. Some of the missions felt a little too lengthy for my tastes, and I felt like I was doing a little too much for not enough. Those are my complaints. Those are literally all of them. And this sounds like a ranting video, and I think if someone were to stroll upon this video without me saying my disclaimer at the beginning that I actually love this game, people would think, why are you roasting this game, and dislike, you're wrong, this is the best game ever. I think this is a very good game. I don't think this is my favorite Arkham game, to be honest with you, but I have a lot of nostalgia from the previous two. But again, the ending is a little sloppy for me. In City, we just got absolutely shocked with the death of Joker. No one saw it coming. I don't care who you are. You didn't predict 30 minutes before the final scene where you're in the movie theater and you're about to face off a Joker, like, oh yeah, Joker's gonna die. Of course he is. You just didn't. You don't see these kind of things coming. In this game, the reveal of the Arkham Knight was, I didn't expect it, so it surprised me in that sense. But at the same time, it wasn't the kind of surprise like, oh my gosh, it's him. It was like, okay, it's him. You know what I mean? It didn't have the shock value that it was built up. The whole game, you're like, who's the Arkham Knight? Who's Arkham Knight? Who is it? And the reveal is kind of just like, nah. Okay, you lied to us. Okay, I mean, so that was an issue for the plot. But again, other than that, the game was phenomenal, and I really did enjoy it. Besides that I just touched on, and the very ending, where Arkham Knight rescued Batman from the Scarecrow, which again you saw in the clip earlier, I called from a mile away as well. The video game in a whole lacked a big shock moment. However, I would say a very nice. The best scene in the video game was when Gordon and Batman were riding up the elevator and they meet Scarecrow at the top of that skyscraper, and then Gordon turns the gun on Batman. I personally thought that he was actually a villain in this Arkhamverse, but of course, as you saw, he shot him intentionally in the chest plate where it was bulletproof, and then he rescues Barbara, and then happily ever after. But I really do wish we got to see a little bit more with Batman and Barbara Gordon, and how Barbara married Robin afterwards, and you got to see a little bit of that more, and to elaborate on their friendships, because Batman does the ultimate sacrifice to, fake his death and go full-time as Batman to for his friends and family. Well, not his family's dead, but you know, Gordon and Barbara and all those kind of people. And it turns out that you don't really feel that he's doing it for them, because you don't check in with them after. And again, the ending does feel a little sloppy to me. So that's my personal opinions. Also, please just show the ending next time. Again, I don't want to destroy a bunch of watchtowers and you know, little Lieutenant Humvees driving through the streets of Gotham. I just want to see the ending, for God's sake. So that's a disaster for the plot, in my personal opinion, not showing the ending to people that have finished the game. But those are just my thoughts. Those are my negative thoughts. Basically, this turned into a negative thoughts video, which I didn't intend on doing. So my review of the game, my non-spoiler review, will be much more positive, and we'll go into great detail about why this game is phenomenal, and my rating on the game, which is going to be above 80 out of 100 to give you that. It's a high rating because this game is great. So hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you can of course like button. Be sure to comment in the comment section below. If you've not seen the game and you're still here, first of all, what are you doing? But also in the comments, spoilers are free. You don't need to use spoiler tags. Just go right ahead. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you can of course the like button. Tell me what you thought about this game. If you share some of the thoughts I did, if you disagree, etc. So hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to hit the like button. My name's Sycamore, and we'll see you later.